All right, team, what's going on? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB, where I watch every single clip and break down the most important ones. Today, we've got Caleb Williams, week 3, a big win over the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to jump into the film to talk about why he looked unstoppable. Before we do that, please do me a huge favor and make sure you subscribe to the channel, or you can wait till the end and hopefully I'll earn it. And then, as always, FTA this thing, which means comment for the algorithm. But without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team. First clip we have for you guys, actually from the second drive. First drive, we kind of opened up with a shot play. Then we ran it. We were kind of just in a, third and long. I love this play design right here. And what's crazy is Loveland actually gets, really rerouted. So we're going to go action here, right? We've got action coming this way. Loveland's going to sneak up. He's on the sail route. We've got this double move takeoff outside. We're just trying to fit this thing in the window. I'm assuming Komet's going to be in the flat control down here so that we can kind of get the 3-layer stretch going on. I want you guys to watch Loveland get rerouted. So watch him, boom, right there. It's like he almost goes down on this thing, keeps his feet, does a really good job of still getting to what we would call his aiming point, right? He's still, a lot of times as a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, okay, hey, I'm getting through 12, I'm rolling out of this thing. Or you're even so dialed in that you're like, okay, hey, it's this amount of steps, right? Very rarely do you say, hey, I'm about to get knocked on my tail and then get to 12. So it's like for him to still get to his aiming point, I think is a really good job. For Caleb to stay with him in the progression is a ton of growth from Caleb, because we saw him getting off some of these shot plays earlier in the season. I mean, so to me, it's just like, I love the whole thing right here. That is absolutely perfect. Staying with it. A great throw to green grass as well. You can see him, he kind of throws him a little bit more vertical than even his aiming point is. Really good stuff. Let's look at it from the tight. You can see how that action looks. It's actually Swift is the flat control, not Komet. Komet was kind of sliding across the formation for protection. That's good. That's really good. I love the design. I love the way Caleb stayed with it. I love Loveland getting into his spot. It's really good. This one I love because this is one of those broken coverage plays that, I would point back to the DJ Moore miss in the first game. And I'd say this is exactly the opposite, right? Where you have this broken coverage outside, right? You have a guy slip, so then Rome converts it. And then Caleb, instead of trying to lead him perfectly, just throws what we call a body up shot. So look how Rome slightly breaks his stride and catches this thing right on his body. That's called a body up shot, meaning a quarterback's like, hey, man, this guy's wide open. I'm going to throw this thing with, and first and foremost, Caleb throws this thing with incredible pace, super flat. I mean, off the 45-yard line to the 10-yard line, super flat, incredible pace, but a body up to where, hey, he's going to break his stride. It's going to be right on his chest, but we know for sure we're not missing this thing, right? I can't tell you how much I love the body up throw here. And that's what I was kind of rooting for in that DJ Moore ball in the first game. And that's kind of where a lot of the discussion took place around was I felt like, man, we can make that throw with pace and body him up. This is exactly what he does here. So to me, it's like, I think the thing we should all be excited about is the growth from week 1 to week 3. Honestly, when I looked at this tape was pretty darn incredible. Pretty darn incredible. This one is just fun. We got a little flea flicker. Get excited. Motion Komet into the backfield. Little toss. We're going to toss it right back. That is, I love DeAndre Swift. That's probably the worst flea flicker toss of all time. That's got to be the worst toss of all time. And this has to be one of the better footballs we're going to see thrown in week 3 in the NFL. We're going to launch this thing from our own 20 to the other 20. Just flat out incredible, man. It's just so good. Let's talk through the details of it. Part of the details of this thing is this guy's aiming point, right? We want it to look like what we would say is a push to crack, meaning, hey, if this corner's off, work vertical and then get inside towards this safety, right? So we're making it look exactly like that, except instead, boom, we're going to go hit the corner route. So look, he's making it look like a crack. Never mind. You got the deep overrun there just in case the safety's super deep. No, we just hit it perfect. That is so good. That is fun. That is something that we can all get excited about. Little toss. Worst toss ever back to us. Just a great route, great throw. Everybody in Chicago losing their mind. It's exactly what you want. Bears are back, baby. This one I love. We've got a great little screen game. We're going to pop a screenplay for 40 yards. Just making this thing look like drive. Instead, we've got screen backside. So 3rd and 10 turns into a 40-yard chunk play. So you motion across, motion to stack. You make it look like drive, meaning you've got the basic and the shallow route backside, right? So you've got the basic and the shallow. Make it look like drive, but get everybody working this way and then get swift across the formation on the slow screen. Caleb's eyes to the right, set your base, reset, ball, get lineman out in front. That's a great cut right there. That cut right there, boom, that is perfect. Look at DJ Moore getting after it downfield. Watch this. Staying locked on his guy. It's awesome. That is awesome. Executing our offense, executing the plays, exactly what you want to see. Look at Caleb set the point of attack for these rushers. They've got a twist on too. So the thing that's great is when they're twisting up front against screen. So, you know, on screen, right, you're letting them go, right? You're letting these linemen go. So a lot of times they feel the screen because they're like, wait, this guy isn't really trying to block me. When they have a twist up front, it's interesting because they're thinking, oh, we've got this game going on. Hey, we've got, you know, tackle's going to go first, end's going to come behind. So they're thinking, oh, I'm getting home because of the game. I'm getting home because of the twist. And it's like, actually, bud, you're getting home because we're setting you up for screen. That's the best part about if you got a screen against some sort of game or a twist up front on the defense, is they think they're getting home because they're great football players. We're letting them get home because of what we've got dialed up. This one we've got marked just, hey, we can't miss this one. We've got this great little design. And I know we got a guy screaming off the edge, but Caleb can come out of this thing. What we're doing is we're just selling run, but we're setting up a screen backside. So look, we've got this guy here, boom, this guy here, boom. We've got the screen. Caleb, we need him to action, float away, and just put it on him. And we just kind of dirt this one. That's the one we can't miss. He knows it. He knows it too. That's one of those that's hard because you're floating back to it and you really want to use that. You really want to use this little jump right here to redirect yourself a little bit more towards your target, where you almost feel this right shoulder get like all the way around because of how you're trying to whip your body around. And we just short it. We just dirt it. But yeah, I think that one was set up for potentially a touchdown. So we have that throw, and then we come back with this throw, and then the drop. So it's like, man, we miss on what I think could have been a touchdown scheme-wise, and then we drop one in the end zone, and it's like we end up settling for 3, which doesn't hurt us in this game. However, right, these are the kind of things that you're going to say, man, we've got to execute if we're going to continue on the winning path. Rome's just here, and he's kind of just pulling out right at the front. right? You're going to see him think about wrapping it. Boom, he backs back out. Oh. People are used to seeing a dig down here, right? Like where, hey, the receivers wrap, like maybe like a little seam, a little dig. Instead, he feathers out right at the goal line. Wow, Caleb sticks it on him. Rome has to make that play. That's one of those contested catches that we just have to have. Look at this. Like, we need to go slow-mo here because that's just as good as it gets. That has to be caught. I feel like that would have been dang near 5th touchdown, right? Yeah, that would have been, or I mean, it would have ended up being 5 on the day instead of 4. This one, we got a little shot play. This is end of half situation. So we've got end of half, 2 minute, and I got to talk you guys through the design because I love it so much. So we've got right here, what we've got is we've got DJ Moore. He's working what we would call a deep hank route. So he's going to get to 10 yards and sit over the ball. A lot of times teams are trying to hit something like this to get themselves into a more manageable field goal. Rome on the backside has the big post. And then we're going to sneak Luther Burden in on this like deep over. So it ends up as like a 3-level stretch down the middle of the field. And I want you to watch how this deep hank gobbles up both these backers. Gobbles up both the backers. Safety's got to go. Corner's got to go because of this post route. And then we have this void right here. And I want you guys to see on the tight though. Now the scheme is incredible, but the scheme's really only incredible because of how good our darn quarterback is, that we have the confidence that he can then make this throw that you guys are going to see on the tight, because there are a lot of guys that cannot make that throw where it's a layered throw over guys in front of other guys, but with enough pace to beat the guys that can redirect and get there. That, I'm telling you, is as good of a throw as you will see in the NFL. That is as good of a throw as you're going to see in the National Football. I mean, that's just flat out special. That is flat out special. This one, we've got a great little Komet dime down tight. Should have gone Komet anytime. Wow. How about it? And this is just like the easiest thing you're going to see. We've got 4. I mean, we don't have 4 verts, but we have 4 verts from this side. We've got a wide departure go, and then he's going to end up just running the seam. The backer widens to where the seam can fit in there. And then you go, okay, but where'd the other linebackers go? Well, I'm going to draw that up on the tight, because the tight you're going to see. The thing that makes some of these Ben Johnson play designs so good, in my opinion, is he knows exactly who he wants to stress. So he feels like we're going to get this guy to widen with this release and this release, right? We feel like we're going to beat him with our releases. Well, hey, how are we going to control this guy from getting underneath this? Well, we're going to pull and we're going to make it look like run. So look, watch this right here. We pull, bang. So with that pull, with the fake, we get the backers up. Guess what? We're sneaking somebody behind you. That's what makes these darn play designs so good, is he knows exactly who to stress on each play. It's not simply good enough that like, hey, we're going to use play action. We're going to play action exactly the defender we want to move, because we're going to beat the other guys with our release. It's really dang good. It is really dang good. This one I've got as a no grade, and we'll talk through why, because for me, it's like, it's really hard for me to tell if this is a Caleb spray or if this is a Rome, a little lackadaisical out of his break. So it's one of those where it's a no grade, right? Hey, I'm not going to mark this good or bad because I'm not sure who kind of I want to hold accountable for this. What I'll say is that we need to get this cleaned up. This is simple. We're going to motion across. We're going to have a screen on this side. And then we've got, just in case they give us cover 2, we've got a corner route with a flat route right now. If we get this corner to come up, boom, we're going to hit this corner route, easy money. It's exactly what happened, right? Corner comes up a little bit, tries to midpoint it. We've got the corner sneaking right behind him, and we just kind of, it's really hard for me to tell, honestly, because there's a piece of me that feels like Rome's a little slow, and then there's another piece of me that feels like Caleb is too far out in front. It's kind of just like a tweener. What I can tell you is that I like the play design. I like the fact that we're hunting with the football. We're attacking with this ball here. I just need that one. Now, what I'll tell you, though, is this is the very next play. And I can't tell you how much I love the sequence. So we just showed them flat corner, correct? We just gave them flat corner. We just said, hey, we're going to run a flat with a corner route. So then what do? We come right back and we run a corner stop with a flat. So they think we're getting the same darn play. Instead, you're getting what's a perfect 3-beater now, which is a corner cop, a corner stop route with the flat route. Like, that is as good as it's going to get. That is really good football. That is really, really, really good football. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah, that's just awesome. Yeah. I just love the sequence because it's like we gave them corner flat and then we bounce back with the cop flat. It's just like, that's awesome. This is a DJ Moore little scramble TD. He gets lost in the back of the end zone. These are the kind of plays that down in the red zone, Caleb Williams can be Caleb Williams. Hey, go get out of the pocket, scramble around, get that spy to attack you. Everybody's trying to cover people up, and DJ Moore is just sitting there wide open. That is so good, man. The pace on the ball, I'm telling you guys. The kid is special. The kid is special. And if we can get him to but continue to execute within this offense, this is going to be something else. This is really going to be something else. Yeah, it's just awesome. This one to me is just such a good throw. I can't highlight this one enough. We've got these guys firing off the edge. Look at this. We've got action away. We've got a free runner at us. And we're able to just fire this thing out there. And this is when we're in a starting to kill the clock situation, right? We're running the ball a ton, but hey, we might run a little play action boot. And guess what? Our quarterback can make us right with a throw, basically just backpedaling and drive it with enough pace to where no one can undercut it. That is so good. And then great job from Rome. What do? Stay in bounds. Just really good 4-minute execution. It's just awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I just love that football. I love the football that's got enough pace, and I love this from Rome right there, making sure he gets down in bounds. Like, this is just awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Last one I've got for you guys. Boom. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Look at that. How sweet is it to see this, huh? Little knee. And not even a competitive knee, like a knee in which they knew we just beat the doors off them, right? They're going to high-five each other. Everybody's high-five, and nobody's going hard. Because it was clear-cut. It's not like a one-possession game. It's not like, hey, we're going to put the ball on we might fumble a snap. Let's go hard. It's like, all right, let's get out of here. You got to love that. You got to love that. So, final thoughts. We are executing within the scheme of this offense in week 3, which to me feels awesome. I don't know about you guys on the other end of this video, but it feels really good. Tons of new concepts. executing all of them. Footwork looks tied to it. Eyes look tied to it. We got to stay, right? We got to stay with it. We got to keep staying on it, right? We can't have a step back, right? We don't want to step back next week. We want to keep pushing forward. So to me, it's like, man, I love where they're at. I'm fired up. I want you guys to comment. Let me know what you thought of this breakdown. And then until next time, peace.